So I figure I'll give you guys an update. It's been a big change in plans, I guess you could say. So I'm on my way to Elko to see Kara, a very dear friend of mine. The plan was for Kiana and Alex to join me, but unfortunately he's a selfish piece of shit who devalues my daughter, and her poor heart is wrapped up in him right now. She understands the occurrences that happened were just because I was being a good father, but she can't just leave him to go home alone, which I fully understand, and I'm not going to be the piece of crap to force her away from him. She's making those decisions on her own. The other day she told me that she realized he didn't want what she wanted, and that coming to that conclusion was hurtful. Of course it was. Anyway, so what happened was we were on Vermont Street, and I decided to go gamble a little bit and let them go off and do their little thing. About an hour later, I was like, I'll go back to the hotel and see what's going on. As I come around the corner, there's about 3 cops. Kiana's sitting on the sidewalk, and Alex is across the street in front of a cop car, handcuffed. So I come and I sit next to Kiana, and I say, "What's wrong, sweetie?" And she's trying to hold back tears and not be so emotional, but she explains to me that they were in an argument, and it was right in front of the hotel on their way, back from Vermont Street or whatever. And some guy tried interacting with their argument or whatever, coming in between or telling him to chill, or I'm not sure the situation there. But anyway, so what happened was Alex said, "What? You want her? You can have her," or something along that line is what Kiana told me. You can just have her, as if she was just some devalued piece of dirt, as if she was nothing to him. Okay, so anyway, so that had me feeling some kind of way. I wasn't going to do nothing about it. I was just going to speak to him and tell him, you treat my daughter that way, I'll fly you home right away. Anyway, so he ended up getting into a fight with the guy. I guess the guy threw a rock at him. He got into a fight with the guy. He almost ended up in jail. The only reason he didn't end up in jail is because the other guy didn't have identification and wasn't given a good name or something like that. They couldn't identify him, so he couldn't even press charges. So anyway, so they let them go, and they're waiting up by the room for me to unlock the door. So I come up there, and I'm getting the key ready, and he's sitting there in her face aggressively, like, "Well, blah, 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 well, you would have, blah, blah," and I was sitting, and I just kind of lost it. In his face, I said, "You better get the fuck out of my daughter's face right now with the way you're treating her. Don't be getting all in her face." And I tried to take him down to the ground just to pin him and let him know, "Hey, I will put you somewhere where you don't like, dude." Anyway, I don't want to go there. So I never hit him, never planned on hitting him, never. Supposedly, she said I was choking him. I wasn't choking him. I grabbed maybe his shirt and used my foot to trip him and take him down to the ground. Anyway, she started hitting me. I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" She said, "Get off him, get off him." I said, "I haven't hit him. I'm not hitting him. Calm down." And she said, "Well, you're still on top of him." And so, anyway, security came, broke it up. The manager said that he would have to leave because it was the second incident that he was involved in. And their managers wanted him to be removed from the property. I told her that I would rather them be able to stay and I will sleep in my truck or something. She said that they couldn't do that because of her manager said that he had to leave. I said, "Well, my daughter is going to be upset, and therefore she's going to leave, or we're all going to leave." And so the cops removed him from the property. Kiana then had the cop escort her to me and ask for my permission to go with him. And during that time, she said, "I understand what happened, and I understand why you did what you did." She's like, "But I just can't leave him to go by himself." Which is kind of hurtful because now I'm going by myself. So her heart's wrapped up in something for the first time, and she knows he doesn't want what she wants, and she's not willing to sacrifice the things that she wants, which is what I've taught her. I hope that she gets her heart broken before I'm done with this vacation, so she wakes up and comes and rejoins me for it. If not, I'm going to continue this trip. I'm going to start making another additional book and put places that I find on this trip that would have been meaningful to her and I. If I ever pass, or when I do pass, I will have her finish this road trip. I'm trying really hard not to be emotional right now. Anyway, it is what it is. When I was giving her suitcase and threw his suitcase out of it, I jumped out of the truck onto my leg, because my meniscus is already messed up. It folded. Completely, it's almost handicapped me. And then this morning I tried, because I was by myself, because the kids are getting on the plane to go back to Alaska, that I had to put the generator into the camper so I could make my way up to Elko, and my knee collapsed again. It's been about 4 hours since this second injury happened, and honestly the pain hasn't dissipated much. I've been putting ice on it at the 2 gas stations I went to on the way. I'm about 4 hours away from Nevada. Anyway, it's still going to be an exciting trip. I hope my brother's going to join me. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we're going to have fun along the way regardless. I'm still going to buy toys, and I can't wait to have my feet in the sand, and maybe I can think a little bit more. Her boyfriend came with no money, so they were kind of dwindling me. And then he expected everything his way. Like the first day when we all went to Ruby Tuesdays, and we all wanted like 3 things, and we all like, Keanu was all excited. She's like, oh, I want that, oh, I want that, I want that. And I was like, well, I also want that. And he was like, well, I want that. And I was like, well, why don't we just get all 3 of them, and then we'll just like, split the 3 evenly. I wasn't trying to be cheap or nothing. In fact, I was just making sure everyone got everything. You know what I'm saying? And then I went out to smoke, and Kiana came and told me, she's like, he doesn't care about it right now, but just, he's weird about it, stuff like that. Like, he really wanted his own plate. And I was like, okay. You realize, like, we're going to be on this trip for months. Like, anyway, and so he's been so expecting, and I've been nurturing everything to make sure my daughter's happy, and making them both happy and comfortable, and getting hotel rooms and stuff that I really wasn't expecting to do, just to make her happy. You know what I'm saying? And him being a fucking snobby little fucking, still lives at his mom's house at 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, there's that. She's come to the conclusion that he doesn't want what she wants, but her heart's too wrapped up. She even told me, she's like, I wish I could feel the way I feel. It's life. She has to learn it herself. I'm not going to force her into anything. I'm only here to guide her. Anyway, it's a pretty long video already. Figured I'd update all of you. A bunch of you are asking questions, and I don't want to text all day long. Anyway, so I'll have time to reflect more on my life, more on my path, more on my book, now that I don't have 2 kids I have to pamper. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you all for watching. Things flow the way they're supposed to, so I'm not fully upset. I'm upset at the lost opportunity with her, but I feel like the 3 weeks that we have been gone, she's seen so much, she'll probably make the decision to join me when I'm wherever I'm at, whenever she decides. So that's her decision. Anyway, again, love you all.